Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I'm talking about Hillary Clinton and women. Hillary Clinton has branded herself a champion of women, and it appears that she is thinking people believe her. And one of the people who are on the campaign trail with her is Michelle Obama, the current First Lady. And Michelle Obama is a wonderful advocate. She was an excellent asset for Barack Obama, no matter how hard things got during his primary race against Hillary Clinton, no matter how vicious and no matter how many personal insults that Michelle Obama endured, sexist and racist insults from Hillary Clinton supporters, she stayed steadfast. She never backed down. She supported Barack Obama throughout his administration. And since Hillary Clinton was part of Barack Obama's administration as the head of his State Department, then of course her record is tied to his and definitely to that of the Democratic Party. And so I'm just looking at that branding by the media, by the Hillary Clinton campaign, and I guess reinforcement by Michelle Obama that Hillary Clinton is the champion of women. And there's an article at Common Dreams, I'll post a link in the description, describing one such scenario where Michelle Obama is using her personal favorability, high favorability, her ability to advocate for other people, and her personal capital. She's chosen to spend that on Hillary Clinton. Out of all the people who have served as Hillary Clinton's surrogates in an effort to sell a highly flawed, poorly judged, or, well, maybe accurately judged, but a woman who has exhibited very poor judgment throughout her long career, and whose resume is littered with concrete examples of poor public policy, poor judgment, bad experience that she wants to carry into the White House. The list of Hillary Clinton surrogates, both male and female, are long because she's burned through quite a lot of them. The dark energy that surrounds Hillary Clinton is so deep and such a vacuum that it sucks anything good into that black hole and it just disappears. And whoever's left standing is a husk of their former selves. They stumble back to wherever they came from in life to support Hillary Clinton, and then another person takes their place and tries again to portray Hillary Clinton as a champion of women. Now, Michelle Obama is doing that. She's got a lot of high ranking, high favorability. Despite all the arrows that she endured, she is still highly regarded. And she has chosen Hillary Clinton to expend her political capital. And that's Michelle Obama's choice. That's the great thing about being an independent woman today. You have the independence and the freedom to choose who you spend your political capital on. Bernie Sanders is not the man that he was on the campaign trail for himself. He is spending his capital on Hillary Clinton, and it appears to me that it's just taking so much out of him. Elizabeth Warren also damaged herself in her efforts to throw herself in front of Hillary Clinton like a human shield, and her favorability is damaged among progressives for her efforts. And so, but then that's people's choice. If they want to do that, then they want to do that. But I want to take a closer look at this champion of women that keeps being shouted out about Hillary Clinton. And even when someone who speaks that we might have respected and might have seen as a role model, it's still necessary to look deeper into the situation. And I'm looking at, I'm reading the article at Common Dreams, and it seems that Michelle Obama is actually spending more time trying to prove that Donald Trump is a liability to women rather than spending time explaining the ways in which Hillary Clinton is a champion of women. And so again, the conversation is reduced to not how great Hillary Clinton is or thinks she is or wants to believe or what the media would have us believe she is. The conversation continues to be Donald Trump is worse. Donald Trump is, the greater evil. And throughout the course of the primary, throughout the course of this election season, throughout the debates and an examination of Hillary Clinton's actual record with women, not just the women she claims that she likes, the ones who are not basement dwellers, the ones who are not super predators, the women who are not deplorable, racist, xenophobes, homophobes, and bigots, the ones who are not Catholic, the ones who are not taco bowls, these women. Hillary Clinton's a champion of the other women, not those women. So she's very selective in who she advocates for. And, I'm just going to go through a list myself of things that either Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton might want to bring into the conversation in order to get people to take them seriously when they speak of Hillary Clinton being a champion of women. For instance, let's go to Haiti. In Haiti, there was a former first lady like Hillary Clinton running for the office of president of Haiti. And her name was Dr. Merlane Monagal. She was highly intelligent, highly skilled, highly regarded. She came in first in an instant runoff vote. Hillary Clinton decided to interfere in that election as head of the State Department. She threatened the current president of Haiti and said, if you do not take steps against this, the United States Congress will cut off aid to Haiti. And so for that reason, Dr. Merlane Monagal, the former first lady, was taken out of the running. The election was interfered with. There was fraud. And then the third place finisher, Mickey Martelli, a singer who was a friend to the Clintons, took power and allowed the Clinton Foundation access to devastate Haiti. This is Hillary Clinton being a champion of women. The problem for Merlane Monagal, Dr. Monagal, was that she was a former first lady like Hillary Clinton, but the similarities ended there. Unlike Hillary Clinton, she was more of a Bernie Sanders type rather than a Clinton type. And so Hillary Clinton put her in that basket of deplorables or super predators or wherever, basement dwellers, wherever she puts people in her mind. And Monagal was sabotaged by the U.S. State Department. And by sabotaging Dr. Monagal, she sabotaged Haiti and sent Haiti back years back into the past, whereas they were trying to struggle for internal stability. Hillary Clinton sabotaged that by direct interference with their election. So that's her being a champion of of women of African descent, women who are first ladies like her, women who are professional, women who are trying to lead a nation. That's how Hillary Clinton champions them. We can go to Honduras, where Hillary Clinton's State Department again interfered inside a sovereign nation and deliberately destabilized that nation and caused chaos underneath her State Department. And this instability, where she legitimized a military coup government, which was in in office illegitimately. It was a criminal takeover of Honduras democratic process by Hillary Clinton's State Department. Berta Caceres was targeted by that military government that Hillary Clinton legitimized. Not only did she legitimize this government, but she put pressure on other nations in South America who were resisting, pressuring them to also legitimize the military coup in Honduras. To this day, people are still dying. That military coup retaliated against the women, the activists in Honduras. They targeted them for rape and sexual assault, beating, and murder. Environmental activists, indigenous rights activists, human rights activists, they were targeted. Many assaulted, killed, violated, dying horribly, and they're still dying, to the point that women and children were trying to escape Honduras, and the chaos that Hillary Clinton caused under her State Department. Hillary Clinton deported those women and children right back to Honduras. And this was written about. This is public knowledge. Hillary Clinton wrote about her relationship to Honduras in this episode in her book, Hard Choices, where she decided it was something to brag about in the hardcover. By the time the softcover came out, I think she said, "Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that," and it was redacted. But it was published, and it's public knowledge. And so, again, Berta Caceres is yet another example of Hillary Clinton being a champion to women. And I hope that Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton continue to use these examples when they're on the campaign trail and tell everybody all about that. We can even go to Brazil. Recently, Dilma Rousseff was the head of state in Brazil. She was deposed of power, removed through the impeachment process. And to tell the truth of the circumstances around her removal fits a pattern, deliberate undermining of democracies in South America by our United States government, by aiding and abetting a criminal faction who wants to do a takeover. This was Dilma Rousseff's vice president, who decided that he wanted an austerity program, whereas Dilma Rousseff was more, again, in the Bernie Sanders leaning type of programming. She was coming from a socialist standpoint, wanting to direct money towards education and healthcare and environment. Her vice president wanted austerity on behalf of the corporate and business class. And so they started impeachment process against Rousseff, but there was no evidence of any criminality or corruption or wrongdoing on Rousseff's part. And I did a video earlier just trying to see, can we come up with some facts on whether this was a coup or not? It was not a military coup. It was more of a procedural coup. And I'll post a link to that former video, and then you can look at it. You can look at articles that have been written about what has happened in Brazil and decide for yourself what happened down there. But there was a female head of state who was taking strides. She was democratically elected by the people of Brazil, and apparently no one around these parts in North America seems to mind that she was deposed of power through strange means. Again, this is being a champion of women. The vice president, who is now the head of state, has come up to New York and been recognized by our government as being the leader of Brazil. And again, he's opened up, just like in Haiti with Martelli, he's opened up Brazil to U.S. interest and control. So there's a pattern here. But you know what? Maybe that's too far away. Let's bring it home. The Black and Latina women who have been systematically enslaved by our U.S. government through the mechanism set up by Bill and Hillary Clinton, the 1994 crime bill, which targeted drug users, abusers, and then their associates who may not have been in that life themselves, but they were around that life. Maybe they were brother and sister. Maybe they were mothers. Maybe they're daughters, cousins. They were around that life through proximity. They were hustled into the prison industrial complex where they've been enslaved. Under the 13th Amendment, they are slaves to the state. And it's unprecedented. There are more Black women in prison now than there were in slaves during the antebellum South. There are more slaves now than there were during what people consider actual slavery. And was Hillary Clinton their advocate? Was she their champion? Or did she just collect the checks provided to her by the prison lobby in order to not take any steps to fix the problems that she created? These women are disenfranchised. They cannot cast a vote. In some states, they are disenfranchised for life because of their incarceration. During and then after their sentence, they still can't vote in some states, like Florida. They are banned from voting for life. And Iowa and Kentucky, they cannot cast a vote because of their former incarceration. Also, they were deprived of contact with their children, with their parents and their families. They were deprived of educational opportunities, the opportunity to earn an actual living wage rather than a slave wage. And then also they were deprived of their youth. And, after they might have served their sentence, do they have social services? Do they have money for education? Do they have opportunity for housing with that mark on their record? This is what Hillary Clinton has created, a slave system that haunts people even after they finish their sentences and pay their debt to society. And so that's Hillary Clinton being a champion to all the Black and Latina women she and Bill Clinton helped to incarcerate. And so I also wonder about the Native American women in our nation. There are Native American women converging in South Dakota, North Dakota, and then other places in the United States, Texas, places where there are fossil fuel headquarters, where there are pipelines throughout the United States. They're converging to protect their land and their soil and the water and their way of life from the pipeline. And I say that they're protecting not just the environment and the drinking water, but they're also protecting their culture and their safety and security, because around these pipelines, there are man camps. The pipeline builders, the construction workers, they set up man camps, and the man camps are in close proximity to indigenous populations. And as a result, there's a lot of aggression and unrestrained victimization of men with no close ties with that community, who have access to drugs that they introduce to this community. They introduce sexual violence rape and murder upon those communities. Those communities are never the same again, even after the pipelines are finished and the men go away. They leave devastation behind. So it's not just the environment that they ruin, but the women and the children, boys and girls, who are assaulted and then killed. They're enslaved and then they're killed by these men in the man camps. Law enforcement doesn't protect them. If, as we've seen, instead law enforcement stands by or waits for their opportunity to arrest the victims of the aggression by the pipeline builders. They sick dogs on them. They arrest them, incarcerate them, and visit further devastation. They do not protect and serve. They hurt. And again, there's been no response from Hillary Clinton on this. I'm just waiting for her to champion these women and even the journalists that try to cover these events. I'm waiting for Hillary Clinton to say anything at all in regards to being a champion to these women. I mean, what women is she championing? Being a champion to? The women of Haiti, the women of Honduras, the women being incarcerated. Is she a champion to them? Who is she championing? I don't. And then, the immigrant women. I mentioned our prison system, the corporate prisons, where there's a shortage of personnel, shortage of training, shortage of any adherence to social order. People treat those women like possessions that they can exploit and hurt. The immigrant women who try to flee all those regime changes that she's caused in other nations, they try to flee to the United States. They're put in these detention centers, which are basically corporate prisons, and they are treated like prisoners. And they're women with their children oftentimes, and they're exploited. There's sexual abuse. There's violence against them. They may not even speak the language or have access to counsel who speaks their language. They're treated like prisoners. They're treated like trash as a result of trying to gain a better life for themselves. Hillary Clinton said not much. She keeps hammering at Donald Trump and his stance on immigration, but what has she done for the women and children in our prison system that are being held in detention camps? I haven't heard much from her on those, and the fact that she's actually been deporting women and children herself when she was head of the State Department. Was she a champion of women then? And we can even question her being a champion of women in countries near in our hemisphere and then far in the Middle East. Is she a champion to women in Yemen? How about Somalia, Sudan, Pakistan, Palestine, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Libya? Is she a champion to those women who are left in a nation that's been devastated by violence? They've been mutilated, left for dead. Oftentimes, they've been assaulted by our troops or troops of fighters from over there. The children, they're separated. Is she a champion, or is she eager to add to her, so eager to add to her resume that she'll just dismiss them as collateral damage? And that's my theory. I don't believe that Hillary Clinton really accepts herself as a champion of women. I certainly don't. Someone who uses women as collateral damage to her resume is not a champion of women. I'm not even talking just about Kathy Shelton, who was the 12-year-old rape victim. Juanita Broderick, who accused Hillary Clinton's husband of rape. Paula Jones, who accused Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton's husband, of sexual harassment. Kathleen Willey, so on and so forth. Other women who maybe are too scared to speak out. Was Hillary Clinton a champion of women? Or were they collateral damage to her ambition? I'm going to post up the link to the article at Common Dreams, and you can read through Michelle Obama's words against Donald Trump and for Hillary Clinton, and you can decide for yourself whether that judgment is good or not, how you feel about Michelle Obama for not choosing not to address the women in our nation who have been put in positions of extreme suffering as a direct result of Hillary Clinton's ambition, and the fact that no one is saying anything about them, and how Hillary Clinton has ruined their lives and caused them pain and suffering, while at the same time saying and claim that she's a champion of women. I'll wait for any words on that. Hopefully, if you have anything to add, you can put those in my comments. But I'd like to hear something acknowledging Hillary Clinton's position. If I've overlooked it, I'd like to see it. Thank you.